what we're trying to get at with this podcast is that this is the boat that a lot of independent musicians are in.
Yeah. By the way, I want to point out that this is not us complaining.
You need to know exactly what you come barreling in like a little fluffy cannonball.
It's rude, really, isn't it?
It is borderline rude. Oi, you didn't know what you were doing when you became Echo Town booking agent. You still don't know what you're doing. You haven't a clue. You can barely dress yourself.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look what I did to my toe, Rob.
It looks like a chef's hat.
It is. That's why I've drawn a little face and a mustachios.
What did you do, Richard?
I rocked up to work in my flip-flops for a start, which was silly.
Never
and
a
then,
good thing.
Someone ripped into me and said that I was going to injure myself as a consequence because I turned up to work in flip-flops. And I laughed it off. And then I broke a glass and it dodged my foot. And I was like, haha, I've dodged that. And then I was fussing over a massive dog. As you can tell, I'm not a dog person. I am a dog person. I like dogs, but just not having them. Dickens, just lie down. There we go. Settle. And then I was fussing this dog. It was a big one. It swung round and somehow managed to get its claw right under my nail and pop my toenail off. My big toenail.
Ow.
I just instantly started laughing because it was just hilarious. It was funny because what
are the chances?
It had been jinxed. And yeah, if you had a million guesses as to what had hurt my toe, you wouldn't have anticipated a dog kicking off my toenail of all
Never have
things.
guessed that. Of all things, I would never have guessed that.
So yeah, let's do another podcast episode.
Yeah, what are we talking about today, Richard?
I want to begin with the phrase, "That's not a real job."
Okay. I see where we're going.
That's not a job.
Yeah, go on.
How many times have you heard that one?
God knows how many times. I'm obviously referring to music, I presume. Yeah. I've heard that.
Or I guess any creative endeavor. I think a lot of creatives will have had that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's a true statement that most people within the creative genres will have definitely experienced that thrown at them at some point. Yeah, it angers me.
Yeah.
to be completely blunt.
Are you angry?
I am angry. Frustrated at it, really. That tends to be the viewpoint these days, that music or any creative endeavor is not an actual job, or involves a heavy amount of work and graft and dedication and persistence. That it's just something that you just rock up and you have fun and you do it and that's it,
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, is that's the misconception most people see, is that all they see is you performing on stage. And for me, I love drumming.
Yeah.
The performing side of it, getting like being behind my drum kit, performing on stage, 90% of the time, I'm absolutely loving every minute of it. There's many times as well where I'm struggling through. My arms aren't functioning as well as what they want to. Maybe my legs aren't functioning. Maybe my head, my mind, something's going on, and I'm just not in my comfort zone, and I don't feel comfortable on stage. That does happen quite frequently. But I thoroughly enjoyed performing live, and it's that side of things to me is not a job. If I could just be teleported from my living room to being sat behind my kit on stage and I'm just there playing away, I'd be like, I'm down for that. That sounds great.
That does sound great.
That sounds awesome. But
Go gig tonight.
Boof, there we go. But no, that's the bit that everybody sees, that 45-minute set at a festival or that hour and a half set at a venue, and then they rock up, you're already there. It's and then they disappear and they don't see the 6-hour drive plus You know, I'd say 6 hours is a short drive.
We
for
tend
us.
to say that anything that's about 3 hours is a local gig
Definitely.
to us.
Yeah, I mean, like, where were we the other day? We were in
Stroud.
we were in Stroud, and we're like, yeah, that's like a local one for us.
Drive out 3 hours, play the show, drive back.
Yeah, no, and we don't bat an eyelid at that at all. It's like, yeah, cool, we'll just get that done and dusted. But yeah, it's first of all, we've got to drive to our lockup where we pick up all the musical gear. We have to load it all onto a trolley, then load it into the car. And then, which bearing in mind the lockups is half an hour away, so depending on where the venue is, if it can add an extra hour, an hour's drive on. Drive to the venue, then we have to drive to the venue, then we have to unload at the venue, then we have to set up at the venue, then we wait around at the venue for God knows how long.
The waiting around can be the hard part.
Yeah, we can be waiting around for hours.
Because when you're not doing anything, and then it's like you've sound checked, and then it's 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And you just sort of like, well,
what do we do now?
You can have like a little look around or a... Well, no, because we just like, I think because we're so energetic on stage that we just end up trying to conserve energy best we can.
That's it.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, yeah, and then you've got the performance, and usually what happens, I think it's good for people to understand what happens to the majority of musicians and performers, that before we go out on stage, there's this element of like what you just said about like energy reserve. It's like our bodies always go into this like energy reserve state where it's like we go really tired and we're like, oh man, I don't know if I can.
Sometimes,
you know, it's like, right, we're getting ready to perform. It's a similar feeling to what I get before like doing a long run or doing a gym session or something like that. Sometimes for me, I can be like, I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm up for this.
Yeah.
And it's like reserving that energy before going out.
I wonder whether like most bands experience that, or whether it's just because we're a two-piece and we're just...
It could be.
Like, there's so much going on energetically. Maybe most bands do, but I do feel that there is just like your body... I imagine that's what, going into battle, your body just goes like super tired, and then you're jazzed and adrenaline.
Yeah. I would definitely say that is why I think back when we used to drink when we were on the road, you know, obviously not driving, but you know, before shows, that's probably one of the reasons why we did have a pint or two sometimes, just because it would settle everything, and because it would also give us that energy ready to roll. But we still had that like slump. We were a lot worse back then when we used to drink and eat crap basically. Yeah. But now I feel like we have like an energy reserve, and then we go out on stage, and that energy then comes out on stage. It's like, right, yes, here we are, boom, we're off, we're ready to roll, and then we put on a performance, we put on a show, sweat buckets, absolute
man.
Buckets, and and then you know, everything's done, dusted. We get off stage, and you have to talk to people, which I always find. And I'm being honest that I have about a 15 to 20 minute energy reserve after a show to have conversations with, and then I just start shutting down.
I think because you're still jazzed, you're still jacked from the gig. If it's been a good show, you're still excited and pumped, and everything's sweet, and then you're talking to people and you sort of you can feel it. You can like physically feel your energy sort of like going like that, and then you get to a point where I need to retreat.
Yeah. That's exactly how I feel.
And it's like, it's no reflection on who you're talking to or like what the conversation is, but we've just been bouncing around for an hour and a half on stage. And then you've got to pack up and you've got to put all the gear back in the car. And then this is just like the physical side of doing a gig. It's like you don't, and like you said, I think it is the major problem with the way that people perceive it, because on social media, you never show the entire process. You never show the 6 hour drive. You never show the loading. You never show the waiting around and you take the video snapshot of you on the stage performing.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's the thing that gets posted on social media, and that's the thing that people see. And I guess and that is the bit that people want to see, because that's the final product. It's similar to how they see you play drums or whatever, and they're like, oh wow, he's an incredible drummer, and then but they've not seen
the hours and hours,
the 20 years. It's like it's like the David Blaine card tricks. I was watching some David Blaine stuff on YouTube the other day, and it's like just the dude just blows my mind, man. Like, but it's all sleight of hand. It looks like magic, but some of the stuff he does is just physically impossible with the cards, and it's quite literally hours and hours and hours of practice, so that he does something with his hands that you just don't see. Yeah. He's so quick with it, and it's so rehearsed, and it's just sitting in his bedroom as a kid for just doing this, trying to flick a card across, trying to, you know what I mean? And then when he performs it it's so believable that it's like magic. And it's like, it's not magic, it's just practice. It's just been something that's been iterated over.
Yeah, dedication, yeah.
But like, so people don't see the work that goes into something.
And that's just talking about the gigs, you know. I mean, obviously we haven't even mentioned about the packing down afterwards, the loading back into the car, the driving back to the unit, the unloading at the unit at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then driving back home, and then
it's not because I have to drop you off, and then I drive past me and drop you back, and then drive back. That drive back to mine, I'm normally like, ready for bed now.
Yeah, and then having to get a shower at 4 in the morning, and then I have to sneak into bed, try not to wake my missus up, which is inevitable, you know, and then hopefully get 6 or 7 hours sleep, and then wake up the next morning. And the thing is that if you do that 2 or 3 times in a row, you know, 2 or 3 gigs in a row, say, or even just 2 gigs, you know, Friday, Saturday. Comes Sunday and Monday, you tend to be out of it. Like, it takes a good, for me now, it takes the following day. Like if we did a show Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I would tend to feel reasonably okay. I'd be like, right, yeah, I'm kind of like still floating through. Come Monday, that's when I have my energy drop. It's like two days later, I'm like, my body's in catch up mode.
Yeah.
So yeah,
especially if you're having to hold down a normal job at the same time, which most musicians have to do because the music just doesn't pay.
Yeah,
so
which we'll get onto that.
Yeah, so then you're having to be like, right, I've just spent all weekend gigging, and it's like, I spent the weekend gigging. To everyone else, it looks like it's been a heap of fun. And yeah, the shows are fun, and there's a reason we do it, but it's all that other effort that's packaged in along with it. It can take its toll, man.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, like I said, that's just the gigging side of it.
I'd say the performance side of it. I was trying to figure it out the other day. I reckon it's about 3%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe even less of being a musician, because we're running a business basically.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, and ultimately, a band that's signed to a big record company, like the record company is the business, and then they handle all the administrative duties inside of it, and promo and legal and all that kind of stuff. And then the band just go and record albums and play music on stage. And I guess to a degree that's what someone that's maybe ignorant to the way that the music industry runs, that's maybe how they perceive all bands to be, that they just focus on making music and it's a fun thing to do and they get paid for it.
Yeah, it's not a job.
A gig, and it's not a job. But if you're actually handling all the administrative tasks, we're basically running a record label.
Yeah.
And a booking agents.
Yeah.
And
admin, social media.
And being social media, we're promoters, to the point where because we're doing it all and juggling it all, like aspects of it suffer. Yeah. And you can't give it the full dedication that you want to give it.
It's physically impossible to do all of it, to actually manage all of it. And I can 110% understand why bands jump at the opportunity to have, you know, a record label.
A record label, yeah.
Because the record label literally just take all the nonsense,
all the work,
all the work away, so that the band can focus on what they're supposed to be doing, and writing music and recording and performing.
They can focus on the creative side of it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, I mean, like, if we were to try and make a bit of a list of the things that we're doing, my mind actually goes blank, because there's actually that much I'm doing.
I do have a list. I should go grab the list.
I think you should go grab the list.
I'll grab the list.
Go grab the list.
Get the list, man.
Get the list, man. Go get the list.
The list. I'll get the list in a second.
I'll have a conversation with the audience.
Oh, you're going to take over?
I'll do a vocal drum solo.
Oh, sorry, I went in there and stole your drum solo.
Nice one, mate. Cheers. I don't need to do one now.
I was going to say something before I ran off. Something along the lines of, if a record label approached you and was like, we'll give you £1 million, but like the way it was split is that they got 9 million or something. It was like a 10 million thing, but like they were making. I mean, actually, like if you actually look at some of the figures with record labels, the artists that they have on them are getting paid like just a ridiculously small percentage.
Yeah.
But then when, like we've just said and we just talked about it, I reckon we spend maybe 3% of the time actually performing.
Yeah.
And then
it makes sense.
And then it makes sense. So it's
why
like
the label
so if we got offered like £1 million,
yeah,
and the record label's got 9, like that's 10% of. But that makes sense, man. If they're booking tours and publishing and everything, and doing all the admin stuff, the legal side, all the nonsense, all the And it's not. It's what is beautiful is that we are building our own business and our own presence. And it's nice to have control of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it can be too much.
As it gets, mate, right now, as we're quite small in the industry, restarting because of the hack, and we're building back up again. There's so much work involved at the moment, but as we get bigger and bigger and more well known, the work will only increase and get more and more and more. And it's like, then you have, like any business, as any business grows, you have to delegate tasks to different people. We're already looking at doing that. We're already looking at different people that we can delegate tasks to, by looking at looking at promoters, looking at, having an accountant, looking at all these different things and jobs and stuff that we just need to someone else do that for us, because it's like getting too much.
But then you need money for that as well.
Yeah. Which is an issue. I mean, it's just like it's just this. I mean, this is, by the way, I want to point out that this is not us complaining.
Not by any stretch.
This is not us complaining about the music industry.
If it was ridiculously difficult, we wouldn't do it.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a lot of work. The amount of times I get this massive overwhelm of like, oh man, there is so much to do. And then I have to get like the notepad and pen out and just kind of write down everything that needs to be done and try to target one thing every day. Or something every day. And often I'll sit down to target one thing and then open up the laptop and I've got 5 emails coming. 5 emails doesn't sound like much, but when it's to do with organising tours to do with Germany, Switzerland and Austria and blah, 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 it's like one email actually takes a long time to get through. Sometimes I've opened an email and be like, I'll just have a look at that email and see, and then I've been like,
it's not just yes and no's.
It's like, right, I got that. I got to go on that website to fill out that form, and that form takes this long, and I've got to message Rick to see if I can get this information for that form. It's like, dude, have you got the information? Yeah, mate, I'll send it over right now. I got to send that over to there and do that, and then I got to contact this other agent.
Send them the contract.
Yeah.
Sign the contract so that we're covered if anything happens. It's not just like a simple
Process.
It's not just a simple. I am out. You wanna play a gig, and then you're like, yeah.
Like it was with the pubs back in the day.
Well, that's it.
Do a gig.
Do you want to do a gig? Yeah, go on then. It's like, but I think that could possibly be the perception of some people.
We are dealing with
wanna do a gig?
venues. We are dealing with venues and festivals that are running businesses.
Yeah,
they run it like a business.
And they're all
So
trying to book other artists around on the
done
calendar.
professionally. It's not done. You know, this is why people get booking agents.
Shall I get my list?
Go on, get your list.
Dickheads.
It would be very interesting though. I'd be very interested to I'd be very interested to listen to what your I'd be very interested to listen to what your like weekly routine is, what your weekly schedule sort of is. I know it changes from time to time. Yeah.
Climb into the bedroom to get my iPad.
See? There we are.
Right.
He's got it.
He's just gone and got it. Yeah.
He's just gone and got the bloody list he has.
You
can't do that during a podcast.
Well, it's my house, so yes, I can. Ha!
Ha! He just did.
Right, get settled. Whoopah! It's quite the list. I'm not going to read all the list, but I think I've sort of itemized it more as like categories as opposed to. Oh. Look at that! Look at the fur on that there. Come on now, Dickens. We just put her entire tail in my mouth.
You have to slow mo that one.
Oh, that's nasty. Right. Oh, I can't find my list now. Right. You were talking about, you said what's my general...
Move that forward.
My general...
Well, like working week. I mean, I'd like to kind of like go, because I often get asked the question, are you a full-time musician? Is this what you do full-time? And obviously my answer to that at this moment in time is no. My dream is to be full-time in the music. That's what my dream is. But so what I do, what my week, so in general, like I'm either in the studio with you, which is a full day's work. We'll probably start from about 10 o'clock and work through till 4, 5, right? Doing podcasts, doing recording, doing general music stuff, coffee machine. That sounds like a good idea.
That sounds like a really good idea. Or a bad idea.
Here we go. We're just gonna see you slowly go into a caffeine coma again.
It does happen, man. It's like I can't concentrate on what you're saying then.
Oh god. Yeah. So yeah, we're 2 to 3 days a week. 2 to 3 days a week. We're in the studio doing music-based stuff or creativity things, which. When we talk about studio work, we're talking about recording, we're talking about mixing, we're talking about it's graft. It's not sit down at a kit and play. It's it's getting behind. So if I was doing the drumming, it's getting behind the kit, perform, trying to play the song, but doing multiple takes, trying to get it right throughout the song. Or some songs we do it all in one hit. Depends on the track. And it requires a lot of focus, a lot of dedication, a lot of time. And to be honest with you, being in the recording studio, I don't particularly enjoy doing. It's writing music, creating music, absolutely love it. But when it comes to actually recording it, it can be really difficult.
Oh, we can just
it's also a beautiful process, though. I'm not going to lie. The creative process with that can be just extremely magical. We've had some epic times doing that. But there's a lot of work that goes behind it. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So for 2 to 3 days, I do that. On a Monday and Tuesday, in general, we might be in. We used to do studios on Monday and Tuesday, but it's flipped round a little bit. But I teach. I'm a personal trainer as well, so I teach multiple classes throughout the week, and usually they tend to be on an evening. They tend to be around about 5:15, 6:15 on an evening onwards. I've just taken on more classes, which I'm going to be teaching at 7 a.m. on a Monday and Thursday. I'm also, so imagine doing that after a show. You get back on Sunday night and you get back at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and you got to be up for 7. Well, be at the gym for 7 teaching. Like, and I've got to be dedicated to that as much as I can. And then on top of that, I'm doing drum teaching as well. So I've got multiple drum lessons throughout the week, which is all coordinating, managing that, etc. I run I try to run as often as I can 2 drum circles, like djembe percussion circles, every month. So one every fortnight. That does vary depending, because if there's gigs in the way, then I can't really do them. But in general, I try to keep them as consistent as I can. And then I'm also doing so I work on a friend's land that I've been on for 2, maybe 3 years now. Coppicing the woodland there. It's a 7-acre woodland. And I've been doing all the tree work there. So chainsaw work. Anybody that does tree work knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's physical graft, yeah. I put in over 150 posts in her woodland for a fence, and you can imagine digging 3-foot holes 150 times in a woodland.
Easy peasy, that is.
You're gonna encounter some problems. And then carrying concrete and cement through the woodlands on it's all quad bike and trailer. I tend to do 2 days a week. I try to get 2 days a week in with that. So you're thinking like 2 days a week doing that, and then I'm picking up odd bits of work here and there as well. I'm also doing like a little bit of window cleaning for the brewery once every week, which only takes half an hour, but it's extra. You know what I mean? And it is literally about like trying to coordinate the week as much as I can, because the music at the moment is not earning the money that we need it to earn.
Yeah. It sort of pays for itself.
Yeah.
To a degree, yeah.
So then we're having to do other jobs on top of that. And the difficulty with being a musician as well is, well, any artist that is dedicated to their art form, but I think music particularly, is it's very difficult to be employed, because there's no employer out there that is willing to employ someone that's like, oh, I can't work Thursday because I'm gigging. I can't work Friday, Saturday, Sunday because I'm gigging, and I can't be in on Monday because I'm back at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to be absolutely utterly useless. So it's like, so the employer looks at you and goes, well, so basically you're telling me that you might be able to work the odd Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah. So and it's like, an employer's going, so you want every weekend off, basically. And then
and that's if you've not got a tour, because then if you've got a tour, you're going to be gigging probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On some tours, it's like that.
That's why, as a recovering alcoholic, I'm working at a brewery, because it's my mate's brewery, and it's like, there's an understanding there that I'm going to help his business push forward while he allows me space to push the music forward. Yeah, and it's like, but it creates all these, like you said, it's a difficult thing to sort of juggle. But
the amount of times I get home from like doing so let's say like Monday, do studio day, so start at 10, because of course we're gonna start at 10. We probably got home from a gig on Sunday at God knows what hour. So we'll start at 10. We'll probably be done by 4. I start teaching personal training at 5:15. I won't be home until around about 7:30. And then when I'm home from there, I'm usually on the laptop answering emails or sending out, which is organising gigs, organising festivals, organising all the in-between bits that need to be done. or I'm sending out promotional things to people because that's just a constant effort, or we're targeting some kind of social media, or that tends to be my day. Like, I'm often working, and then I'm trying with the personal training side of things as well. I'm trying to build that again after all the injuries that I've had. I'm now starting to rebuild that, which now is requiring even more social media.
Yeah,
putting videos and stuff together.
I think that's one of the major components of the band thing nowadays is the social media side. And that's a full-time job in itself. In reality,
yeah.
Trying to create enough content to engage people, but like this is the problem. It's like the way it's sort of switched is like you need to create content, and it's like no, I create art, and if that art can become content, then sweet. It's like that's where you have to switch your thinking, because it's like I don't make content, I make art. I don't make content, I make music.
Yeah.
And then but then the problem is that the whole time that you're making art and music, you're having to think, how can I nicely package this into a beautiful sub 1 minute video that may or may not get the engagement that I want. And then you can put so much work and effort into one video and into one bit of content, and it just be like it not land at all with anyone. You come away from it and you go, oh, that video had 200 views, mate.
It took me 3 hours
views,
to do.
It took me 3 hours to make, and I was like, why bother then? And then you go, well, the platforms want you to be consistent. It's one of the things on my list. Let's go to my list, man,
let's go to your list. Yeah.
Before we get all sidetracked.
Yes. Go.
Right, so this is some of the roles, the many hats. Booking agent, tour manager, social media manager, graphic designer, accountant, networker, email responder. I don't even know what that even is. Email responder.
That's responding to emails. That's my job.
Producer, engineer, videographer, editor, website manager, business account runner, promoter, merch designer. It goes on.
Wow.
It's like that's just that's a small overview.
It's like when you look at all the merchandise, the website, the social media design, everything, the album covers, even on every single song you have to have what's the code that you put on the song? ISRC code, which allows you to basically get royalties for when your songs are played. Everything of that has been done by you.
All behind the scenes. That's all like record label stuff that's had to be that's required a lot of research, because it's like every time you get a song played somewhere, you should get paid for it.
Rick is the designer, by the way. He's the guy.
Everything,
the guy. You're the guy that has done everything, pretty much everything visual that you see to do with Echo Town. Rick has designed and created the
double face thing.
Yeah,
I got a lot of compliments on that album cover, and I'm happy with it. It was the weirdest thing when I just put the two faces together, because I obviously took the photos, and then it's like as soon as I put them together, I was like, oh, because I don't think we look that much alike.
We should redo that photo. We should redo that.
I've
album
got a slimmer
cover
face now.
When we're like 60.
We should do it, but just with the bodies. We just wear little Superman underwears. And it'd be just you looking all ripped on one side, and me with it, like not as fat as I used to be, but like with a little paunch. I don't have a paunch. I'm looking all right these days, but
it's a great album cover.
It's just hilarious, like and they'd be like, "Well, there's no need to guess who's who on this." But some people look at the Kin album cover and they're like, why is it just your face? And they literally say it to me, why is it just you? And I'm like, have another look, man.
It's like you can clearly, when we did that photograph, when we did the photo shoot for that album cover, I had belting hay fever as well, didn't I? So like you can actually see like in my eye, I was
you're
really watery.
Puffy and watery.
Puffy and watery. I was like, just hold it, tried to look normal.
Exactly. But that's I mean, that in itself is a monumental task. Whenever we come to releasing some sort of merch,
You got to do the
merch
design work.
or designing that or designing a website, like, and there are amazing tools now that are available to create all this sort of stuff. But I've been doing the Echo Town website since
Yeah.
I renewed the domain name the other day, and I think we started that domain in about 2008,
Wow.
2009. That was way back when. And then it's like we talked about the social media side of things, and then you get hacked, and it's like, well, all that work has just been, it's not for nothing, but it's like, well, it's just like,
And I think a lot of the work as well that we do is somewhat not really logged, as it were. You know, it's like I can sit down at the laptop and do like a bunch of emails and be like, I just spent 2 hours doing emails, right?
yeah.
And I've kind of like logged that. But then like the rest of the time can be just WhatsApp messages.
Yeah.
Like throughout the day, like messaging agents or messaging you, being like, "Yo, you know, have you checked this out? We need, you know, let's have a look at doing something like this. I need this information. If you got that information, you're like, yeah, sure thing. I'll send it over to you." And it's like we're constant. It's like the amount of messages we're sending each other.
Well, as you said that, the amount of sort of like unseen, unlogged work. It's like the amount of research as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it's like we're not trained industry professionals. We're getting to that point, but like it's like we've not been to university to understand how to be social media managers. We've not been to university to understand engineering and mixing, mastering, and all that kind of thing. And it's like this is all. So the amount of time I've spent watching videos or reading books or reading articles about how we're not. You know, like promotional stuff, like pushing things out. And this
really
is
valid point.
What we're trying to get at with this podcast is that this is the boat that a lot of independent musicians are in.
Yeah.
That this is where they're at with it.
Yeah.
That they're like, oh, everyone's asking me for a new album, but it's not just write a song, record a song.
Yeah.
If it was just that,
Yeah.
which is what people on major labels have, where it's like, we want another album and we need it quick. Me and you could smash out an album in a week, mate.
Yeah,
we
easily.
could write and record an album in a week.
And it'd be banging.
It'd be awesome. But the thing is, you don't have that luxury as a independent artist, because then you're like, right, okay, we've got to write an album. Then in order to record it, we either have to raise ridiculous funds to go to a studio, or we have to do it ourselves, which is the way a lot of artists are going now. And then to do it yourself, you're like, well, I'm in competition with other people's excellent recordings, and then you have to go, right, okay, do I fork out a few grand to go and record a decent sounding album in a studio somewhere, or do I like just try and figure it out myself? And then beyond that, it's like, yeah, all the administrative and then you're like, okay, we've got an album now. It's like, well, you don't have an album cover.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, shit, what's gonna be on this album cover then?
And now you need new merchandise.
And it's like,
with
right,
that
you
album.
need merchandise, and then it's like, wow. And then everyone needs to know that you're doing an album.
We're gonna do social
So
media.
you've got to do some social media and some promo, and then it's like, right, but then everyone's going to want to see you play these songs, so then you need to book a tour, and then
rehearsal studio.
and then it's like, right, rehearse, and then make sure you got everything dialed in, and then you need to know exactly what you... Jesus Dickens, just come barreling in like a little fluffy cannonball.
It's rude, really, isn't it?
It is borderline rude. Oi, no, don't go over there. You're going to knock that camera. Dickens, come here, you muppet. Come on. Yeah,
we always have a Dickens interruption.
It's just bonkers, isn't it? To be honest, I'm going to lock you outside next time.
No,
but then
don't
you'd
do
be
that.
knocking at the door. Come on, then. Get up here. Come and put fluff on my nice shirt. Do you like my shirt?
It is. I was going to comment on that earlier when you said we're going to go off on a tangent. I was like, well, let's talk about your shirt for a second.
I was quite happy with this.
I think that's
I took a chance.
Yeah, you took a good chance.
I took a chance.
Next time when you see one like that, get two.
Yeah, dude. Well, I found it on that Vinted thing, that second hand.
Dickens, you know what I've told you about me and
Hay fever. Hay fever. Come on.
As much as I love you.
Every episode of this show is just going to have Dickens jumping back and forth. Right. Settle. Settle.
Yes.
Yeah, Vinted.
It's
The second-hand app thing.
Yeah. Gina uses it every now and again, but then she just ends up getting stuff sent to her that's like lost all its elastic.
Yeah. Some
so
stuff.
now it's no longer a size 6; it's like a size 12.
I mean, I took a chance on this, and I'm happy. I like it.
I do need to have a little look every now and again, but I can't deal with being on my phone any more than what I am.
Well, that is another thing with the band thing.
That's all I do. Every time I'm on my phone, it is never for pleasure. I don't go on YouTube or anything like that.
Social media video,
it's always messaging you or messaging someone about some kind of work or whatever.
We're the kind of people that would prefer not to be on screens, I feel.
I hate screens.
You in particular. I've always enjoyed technology, and I've always learned pretty quick with it. But I know, like, I also want to be outside in the water or having a walk or doing something and being and like the less like screen time anyone can have is a good thing. Yeah. But there's just so much of it.
I think that's where we're starting to find the balance a little bit more, is that, you know, we're starting to incorporate a bit more fun and leisure into what we do. You know, like, I know I was going to be in the studio today doing the podcast, going to get on doing some drum recording and stuff as well. So I was like, I'm going to, you know, usually I'll hike or run to yours. From Newquay to Watergate, it's about 5 miles. And you know, that's my leisure time to be outside to get a bit of fresh air before hitting the studio. And then, you know, and I think that we're getting better at that. Like the other day we went for a surf, didn't we? We were like, right, okay, we're going to go for a surf and come back, get on and do some more work.
That was fucking...
Yeah, that was awesome, and that's what I'm starting to realize, is that there's a very fine balance when you're working so much. You know, I was actually having a bit just on that note. It was like I was actually having a little bit of a moment yesterday of kind of like that overwhelm feeling, of how much work that I've actually got on my plate, and how I'm doing so much work. Yet at the moment, I'm not in the best financial situation, and there's no real money coming in from the amount of work that I'm doing, but I know that the work that I'm doing at this moment in time is building the foundations for the future, and that's the dedication. That's what the entrepreneur mindset is, isn't it? As well, is that kind of like, right, I know I've got to do a lot of graft for next to nothing right now, but it's going to pay off, and that's the situation that I feel that we're in at this moment in time, is we're doing a lot of work for very little return at the moment, but the return's going to be greater in the future, because I'm not just talking about financial return, just the you know, the fact that we're doing something that we're passionate about and that we love and that we're dedicated to that. Like, that to me is the greatest return that I can ever have, because I know that I can get to a ripe old age, you know, and look back and go, I gave it my all. I did what I wanted to do and what I needed to do, and I didn't shove that under a rug and go off and do something that I didn't want to do, you know, which I have done. You know, I've done all of that, and I'm like, I'm past it all now. I'm ready to be 100% dedicated to the music.
And I think it's just coming full circle back to how other people potentially perceive it. Like, it's rocking up to a gig and getting pissed and partying, and it's like, if you're a musician, you can try that, and it's like, you won't get anywhere.
Yeah, that's what happened.
It's like, as soon as you start to realize that it's like, oh, hang on, then you either become a slave to a record label to a degree, or one day you go, oh, hang on, no, this is actually a business. If I want to make a living from this and make money from this, I have to actually not spend so much time doing all that stuff that people always associate with the music industry. You know, because you just bounce around getting pissed and you know what I mean. And I think there's a lot of people out there that are in the position of I gave it a good go, and I don't want to be one of these dudes in their 50s that were like, oh, I used to be in a band, you know, we were really good, we played a few good gigs, and we partied, and you know, but we were sort of getting somewhere, but we didn't. And it's like, well, why didn't you? It's like, there's more to it than that. It's like, why didn't you get anywhere? Oh, because a major label didn't pick you up, or
because you got hacked.
Or because you got hacked. It's like, you know, you lose tens of thousands of followers overnight, and you know you're not getting booked for the same gigs that you were, or your viewers, it's all gone down. Your streams have gone down. It's all like just been sabotaged. That was a major opportunity for us to be like,
we tried,
we were getting somewhere.
Yeah, when I realized the devastation of that hack, because I didn't truly realize the detriment of it. Because you would be like, oh, you'd talk about it, and I'd be like, oh yeah, you know, it's all right, we'll get on with it and stuff. And I kind of like just swept it under the rug and was like, yeah, it's not that bad, whatever, we'll get on with it. And then as I started to like do the bookings and all, as we started to kind of like really invest our time fully into the music, then I started to realize how much we'd been affected by it. And it was like, wow, this is actually major. And there was a moment where I was like, sack it, can't be bothered, don't want to do it. Like, what's the point? Because what happens if we get hacked again? All that goes through my mind as well.
It terrifies me.
Yeah. But then it's like, well, fuck it, do it anyways. Get after it. Go for it.
It's just ridiculous. Dickens, can you settle down for like a hot 1 second?
She's never usually like this. It's always when the cameras are rolling.
She's always like this. Trust me, it's like she'll get settled and then my legs will go numb and she's like, oh, then you just move her and it's just like, ah, Dad, stop. Yeah.
Yeah, what else have you got on that list? Was there anything else?
There was other stuff on that list that I think we should talk about in another episode.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But it's I think just to emphasize, it's not that we're complaining.
No, not at all.
There's no complaints. It's that realization that if you want anything done, you work for it. And I know on the last episode we talked about AI, and I think like my hat goes off to anyone that's creating stuff. And like, you know, like even like when you think of authors, like, you know, you could get AI to write you a book like that.
Yeah.
You could get it to write you a song like that, and it's like my hat goes off to everyone that like puts in the work to be creative and to make something beautiful themselves with their own brain and their own abilities and their own talent. But then additional to that, to actually recognize that it's like, right, okay, if I want this to become something, whatever that something is, if I want more people to hear this music, or I want. And they go, oh, in order to do that, I've got to do this, and this. Well, I am no good with computers, and I'm no good with this, and I'm no good with social media, and I don't want to do that. But I'm going to do it all anyway because I believe so much in the project. And that's what I've loved seeing with you over the last 6 months, a year, however long it's been now, that you've never been the type of person to sit in front of a laptop.
No.
Like it's like foreign to you. Yeah. It's like you hate it, and you probably still hate it. Yeah. But you've gone, oh, hang on. But you've always been the kind of person that's like, all right, okay, that needs to be done, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the kind of determination that you've always had, and you've just applied yourself to the platform that requires it to be. You've gone, right, okay, if I want to get gigs, I've got to sit in front of a laptop.
Yeah.
And I've got to do this. If I want to push the music, I've got to sit in front of the laptop.
Got to get it done. Yeah.
It's one of these things where you can be like, in a band, and you're like, oh, social media, I don't want to be a part of it or involved in it. And it's like, yeah, but that's the only way these days for you to get even remotely noticed.
Yeah.
And so you have to embrace it to a degree. And then it's like, oh, well, I hate Instagram. It's like, well, learn to enjoy it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Learn to love it.
Yeah. Find it as an expression of your art form.
Find it as what? Like when you actually stop and you know, oh, I hate, so you could go, oh, I hate social media, which is like half the time I'm like, I hate social. Then why do I spend so much time on it?
Yeah.
Because it's also fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like, when else are you going to get the chance to see someone base jump off a waterfall and fly down a hill, but from their perspective?
Yeah,
yeah. Social media shows you that. When else are you going to stumble across some beautiful piece of wisdom on a podcast somewhere? Well, social media shows you it. And it's like, then you start going, oh, hang on, like, this is a cool little song that we have. Like, maybe someone out there just needs to stumble upon that and it brightens their day a bit.
What an absolute tool that is, that you're able to write a piece of music and, like, literally we could jam right now, film that, and within seconds be up on social media, or even live, it could go up on social media.
Yeah, someone could be watching it in Australia.
I mean, that's incredible.
Window.
Yeah, that's incredible that we have that at our fingertips, that we're able to just, within a split second, be able to share our creativity with the world. Came
across a great quote the other day. It was David Blaine. Well, it wasn't David Blaine. Someone else would have said it. Everything is perspective.
Yeah.
And it's like, true. It's just so remembering true. Everything is perspective. And you can just sort of sit there and you can slam social media and it be a horrible, horrible thing. Or it can be the most incredible tool that's ever come about for connecting people and for exposing people to just amazing stuff. And you, as soon as you start it's like, right, okay, if you don't understand something, learn about it, understand it. And then it's like, right, okay, now I understand how this works. And it's always changing, and then make it a task to, like, you know, you didn't know what you were doing when you became Echo Town booking agent. You still don't know what you're doing. You haven't a clue.
Oh, yeah.
You could barely dress yourself.
Yeah.
And look at me.
Barely dress myself.
It's like you've not come...
I've not come podcast ready.
You've not come... You're going to be on camera today. You're like...
Shall I just get the tank top out?
And that's the end of our broadcast.
How's that? Now I'm podcast ready. People are interested now.
You're ready to.
This is my classic Echo Town drummer.
That is your drummer look.
It's like, apparently someone said the other day, it was like, it's kind of, they were like, we need Echo Town tank tops.
We
like
do
these.
have Echo Town.
No, but like this type of Echo Town tank top, this type of tank top, whatever you call them. Because he was like, this is like, what's it called? Your style face thing.
Yeah.
It's what I tend to wear on stage. I can't wear short the sleeves.
I wear tank tops on stage.
I know, that's what I mean.
It's
it's our trademark. It's almost like a trademark that we have. That's what he said.
I don't know why it's like I get so hot in a t-shirt. You add that little bit of sleeve.
Yeah, and it sticks. It sticks.
And then you're like, ah.
It's one of the reasons why I play in a tank top, because it sticks.
It's why I wear a hat as well, like more often than not, because I'm bald. Like, all the sweat goes in, and if I've freshly shaved my head, it all just pours down my face, and I'm like, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
I can't play dig, and then because I got the stash, it pours down the face, collects in the stash, and then when I'm digging, I sniff it up.
You've never told me that before.
Like, I can just inhale my own sweat. Like, just
drowned in it.
Yeah, but no one knows. Because
you're having to blow out your nose to get it out. You're like, oh, bye.
Well, you can see me sometimes. I'll do this while I'm digging.
Oh, yeah, I have seen you do that before.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I can just sniff up my own sweat, and that's obviously, you don't want to be doing that.
No.
Just drowning on literally waterboarding myself. So I wear the hat and I have it backwards, and I can just feel it during the gig, all just dripping off the back of the hat. It's just redirects.
We sweat so much, mate.
We do.
It's ludicrous.
Glorious.
Actually ludicrous.
Shall we stop, get a coffee, and do another episode about something?
Why not?
Because I feel
Would you like me to change my attire?
No, I want you to be like that in the next episode, because then they'll tune in for it.
Oh.
This is it. The hook.
Well, presuming that the audience wants that. The hook. The hook.
The hook.
Please stop. Yeah.
Good.
Beautiful.
Happy days.
Happy days. Lovely.
I'm not quite sure what we talked about there.
No, but it was good. We need to make a note so we don't repeat ourselves.